Hello, my name is Kat from Student Academic Resources, and I'll be going over the SQ3R reading strategies today. Perhaps some of you may have heard of SQ3R before, but are having trouble applying it to your studies or work, and there are some of you who have no idea what SQ3R even means. So let's start there. S stands for survey, the Q stands for question, and then we have 3 R's. They stand for read, recite, and review. We're going to go through all of these one by one. Beginning with survey. This essentially means you should prepare yourself before doing your reading by taking note of titles, headings, subheadings, and any figures or pictures you find in the text. In other words, skim your readings before delving into them. This can also include writing down questions, which brings us to our next section. Question. Writing down questions not only gives you a purpose for doing your reading, but also helps you stay focused. General or specific, these questions play a significant role for the way you approach your readings. You now have a personal reason and motivation to do your readings. That is, to attempt to find your answers to your questions. This is basically transitioning from non-active to active reading, which is, of course, our next section. Read actively. Now, this is a way more in-depth version of previewing because now you are actually engaging with the reading by taking notes, highlighting, answering questions, perhaps even drawing figures and doodles that will help you remember material for later. The next step to helping remember the information you've read is reciting. Our second R, recite, means we should try reconceptualizing the material in our own words. This can be written or verbal and include major points such as headings, subheadings, and don't forget to include the answers to your previously posed questions. By committing the information you've learned to memory, you're preparing for the final phase of the SQ3R strategies, review. Our final R. Review is similar to recite in that you must synthesize information, but this time you must go over all main ideas and goals in the overall material you've read. Condensing the important points helps to commit the information to memory. Although we are at the end of our SQ3R strategies, I have a final bonus tip, which is to reflect. Reflect on the material you've read and relate them to personal experiences, if possible, and draw connections to make the new knowledge meaningful to you. Ultimately, this will help you remember the material as something significant enough to store in your memory. If you happen to have any questions or want to learn more about reading strategies or other resources, feel free to reach out to peer advisors or student academic resources. Peer advisors can be reached at peeradvisors@wesleyan.edu. Student academic resources can be reached at www.wesleyan.edu/SAR/contact.html. Well, this brings us to the end of our video on the SQ3R strategies. I'm Kat from Student Academic Resources, and I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching.